Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, Mali Wazira, distinguished guests, colleagues, members of the graduating class, Sayyidat wa Sada, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the American University in Cairo's Midyear Graduate Commencement Ceremony for 2018. I detect the customary enthusiasm of our AUC students. Since a small group of selfless, visionary Americans founded AUC in 1919, our university has aspired to serve Egypt and the world by preparing our students to meet the challenges of the future with courage, confidence, and creativity. As we approach next year's celebration of our past century of service, our focus is firmly on the next. This philosophical orientation of our education toward the future, however, is not exclusively American, but also finds root in the East. The Imam Ali bin Abi Talib himself urged, "La tarabbu abnakum kama rabbukum abakum, faqad khuluqu lizaman ghayra zamanikum." Do not raise your sons. Egyptians are so kind. It's so easy to impress you when a foreigner fakes a few words of Arabic. For the non-Arab speakers, this is what the Imam Ali said a millennium and a half ago. Do not raise your sons. He meant your sons and daughters the way your fathers raised you, for they were created for a time that is not your time. Hence, our forward-looking, continuously refreshed graduate programs aim to provide talented, ambitious people with the advanced skills that do not mark the completion of their education. Rather, our graduate programs aim vastly to accelerate their learning as they embark on their life journeys of challenge, discovery, innovation, and service. Today, we are proud to award earned PhDs to 2 students in applied sciences and to award master's degrees to 199 candidates. We asked much of you as students. Now we ask of you as graduates even more, to accept the responsibilities of leadership with both its joys and its burdens. We expect you to exemplify the kind of courage, compassion, and creativity which we have fostered in you as our students and which we will celebrate in you as our alumni. Now it is your turn to give of yourselves and to inspire in others the selfless qualities which we have strived to nurture in each of you. As you listen to our distinguished speaker in a few minutes, I urge you to dedicate yourselves, as she has dedicated her lifetime, to the service of our fellow women and men, and particularly to those far less fortunate than any of us in this great hall. I would ask the graduates to join me in thanking just a few of the many who have contributed to your success, which we celebrate today. Included in the stage party are representatives of the thousands of people who work, often behind the scenes, to make this university truly extraordinary. First, I'd like to recognize members of the university's leadership and faculty present with us today, and I will ask you to stand and be recognized. I'll ask the audience, please hold your applause until I have called all of the names, each and all of them. So beginning with the senior leadership of the university, our provost, Ihab Abdurrahman. They didn't, okay. They're disobedient, that's good actually. We train you to think independently. Dr. Ashraf Hatem, our university counselor, who is participating in his first graduating ceremony, is unable to join us. He is called away on another conference from which we've just pulled the minister actually. Brian McDougall, our executive vice president for administration and finance. Dr. Amr Sharawi, Grand Marshal of our ceremony today, Chair of the University Senate. Gentlemen, you may be seated. In addition, I'd like to recognize our deans who play diverse and vitally important leadership roles in the service of our academic programs and our services to our students. So I'll ask our deans to stand to accept our appreciation. And again, we'll try this. I'll ask you to hold your applause until I've called each of their names. Adam Ramadan, Graduate Studies. Nabil Fahmi, Global Affairs and Public Policy. Robert Switzer, Interim Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences. Hassan Al-Fawal, Sciences and Engineering. Ghada El-Shimi, Interim Dean of the Undergraduate Studies and Academy of Liberal Arts. Nizar Bashir, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, the School of Business. Shahira Asawi, Libraries and Learning Technologies. Dina Borai, Continuing Education. George Markey, Dean of Students. Deans, thank you very much. You may be seated. Let me also introduce the distinguished faculty members who have taught, advised, and guided our graduates throughout their experience here. We are blessed at AUC with a diverse, dedicated, and talented faculty of international reputation, deeply committed to teaching, research, and learning. I ask the faculty to rise as a group so that we can recognize you and thank each of you. Faculty, please rise. Thank you very much. When I was an undergraduate, I had only the dimmest idea of what trustees do. We heard about them, but didn't know much about it. Now that I'm in the business of higher education, I have a deep appreciation for the role of trustees in enabling our enterprise through their dedication and support. You may know that our trustees are coming to campus today for their annual meeting over the next several days. We're fortunate one has arrived, one of our newest trustees has arrived and is with us today. He declined to join us on stage because he wanted to experience what the students and parents and friends are experiencing. We're very proud that Professor Tariq Masoud of Harvard University has joined our board and is with us today to see how we do graduations here. Thank you, Dr. Tariq. The most important two things that parents can do for their sons and daughters is to love them and to educate them. Parents, I salute you in particular. I would also like to recognize the spouses and in some instances even the little sons and daughters who have supported our students and helped them reach this day. Families of the graduates, would you please stand wherever you are in the audience and let us applaud you for your role in the accomplishments of your students. Thank you very much. And today, we have a very special pleasure and honor in welcoming one of Egypt's most extraordinary public servants and educators, Her Excellency Dr. Sahar Nasr, back to her alma mater to inspire our graduates, their families, and our extended AUC community. Dr. Nasr, you are one of AUC's favorite professors, and today we welcome you to your largest AUC classroom ever, so far. Dr. Sahar is now well known within Egypt as a leader and driver of public policy on economic reform. Almost exactly a year ago, after 2 previous years of her successful service as Minister of International Cooperation, President El-Sisi endorsed her own plan to reform, restructure, and expand that ministry to include investment and the public business sector, as well as international cooperation, and then the president reappointed her to lead it. So that's 3 years of service now as a minister at the highest reaches of the government of this great country. Minister Nasr is also admired around the world as an especially articulate economist and a public servant of global stature. She has strengthened Egypt's ties with existing international partners while developing new, mutually beneficial partnerships from the Gulf and East Asia to Africa. I was privileged to witness her personal and professional impact directly at President el-Sisi's highly successful African Investment Summit at Sharm el-Sheikh just 2 months ago. And minutes ago, the minister left President el-Sisi and a conference here in Cairo of all the ministers of higher education of Africa. You don't get much more impactful than that. Foreign leaders in government and business recognize her as Egypt's coordinator of the National Committee for the follow-up on the implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, also known as Agenda 2030. She also serves as Egypt's governor to several institutions, from the World Bank, where she had previously served as a senior officer, to the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, the Asian Infrastructure Bank. In recognition of her accomplishments, the Union of Arab Banks and World Union of Arab Bankers granted Dr. Nasr in 2015 the prize as the most influential woman in the Arab economic sector. If most Egyptians today think of Dr. Nasr as a national leader, and others all around the world recognize her as a leading contemporary economist on the global stage, we here at AUC think of her first and foremost as ours, an educator of global stature and a daughter of AUC. She graduated with the highest honors from the American University in Cairo with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics in 1985, and again with a Master of Arts in Economics in 1990. She earned her professorship from the Supreme Council of Universities, and we're especially grateful for her current service as a professor of economics at AUC, even as she serves also as a lecturer at several other Egyptian and international universities. Dr. Nasr has published more than 60 research papers, technical reports, and books. Each reflects her technical and practical expertise in the fields of economic finance, economic development, private sector, small and medium enterprise development, financial reform, the labor market, women's empowerment, economic legislation, public policy across the board. Far beyond even her decisions as a minister of a great country, her academic research has influenced the development of economic policies in many developing countries and emerging markets, and not only in Egypt. Dr. Sahar, we can truthfully boast that we saw you first. As we listen to you speak now, each of us will be looking at the eager graduates sitting before us and wonder which of us here today, which of you here today, will have the courage, the energy, and the selflessness to follow in Dr. Sahar's footsteps, to lead not only this great country, but also the global conversation about humanity's destiny. Ladies and gentlemen of the graduate class of February 2018, colleagues, parents, friends, please join me in welcoming back to her home university, Her Excellency, Dr. Sahar Nasr.
President Ricardion, distinguished faculty, proud family and friends, and the reason we're all gathered here today, the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations. Indeed, as an AUCian who completed both bachelor's and postgraduate degrees here, and also served as an assistant at the economics department, and then a professor, it is deeply personal honor to deliver this year's commencement address. I'm really touched, and I really indeed feel home. I stand here today confident that sitting before me are the future leaders, indeed ministers, entrepreneurs, policymakers, heads of governments, artists, poets, shapers of history, and scientists in fields, some of which we might not have been created yet. But until then, I will humbly attempt to share with you some of my own life experiences and lessons, which I've acquired over time, in the hope that my own experiences could help add value to yours. Always keep in mind that no effort goes dismayed. Hard work and dedication always pays off. You will, at some point of time, get disappointed and experience tough times, but never let this put you down ever. Difficult times will only make you stronger and better equipped to take a much bigger challenge and fulfill many more ambitious dreams. Life is more fair than you think. Taking any action to your aspiration into reality is half the battle. And even if you lose the other half, trust me, you have one invaluable experience and will be more ready for the next one. Nothing pays off as much as perseverance, determination, and commitment. There is no substitute for hard work. Never give up. When it seems like it's getting too hard, push back even harder. This is the only way you will be an achiever. Never stop being grateful. Grateful for your success as well as your failures. You will find that some of the most difficult times in your life will teach you some of the most valuable lessons. Experience that shake your own core will be the ones that strengthen it. Always take stock of that. Believe in yourself, trust your capabilities, build on your talents, and be confident that you can and you will do it. This is a prerequisite for any success. Always work on the ultimate goal of serving others, the most rewarding goal in life. And always strive to make your home, your workplace, your country a better place. The diploma you will receive today is the key that will open many doors for you. It is a proof of your hard work and dedication over the past few years. It is a cause for celebration and for pride, not just for you, but for your families, friends, and parents. Just remember that while the time of late night cramming for exams and stressing over assignments is over, you should never stop striving to learn. It is just the beginning. The energy and potential in this great hall cannot go unnoticed. And I can see in your eager faces and restlessness to begin your ambitious journey, some of you will start out this journey with the firm belief that they know where they're heading or where they want to be heading, while others are still searching for their dream jobs and career path. Life has taught me that anything can change, and most things do change. And that is one of the ultimate benefits of life and beauties. Your own personal measures and definitions of success, of happiness, will evolve over time. Embrace the unknown. Plan ahead, but always keep in mind that not everything goes as planned, and that's okay. Seize unexpected opportunities that present themselves to you. You never know where, when, and how your big break will come. 30 years after my graduation from this esteemed institution, where I've learned a lot, I've acquired experiences, I've met friends, some of which I haven't seen for years, and I bumped in through life in my different jobs and careers. I'm continuing to learn every day, learning from my students. I do that every time I go to my class, some of whom are graduating today, and I'm very proud of all of you. Learning from my peers, from my family members, from my children, learning from my experiences, the good and the bad. I will leave you with this. Keep learning, keep striving to do better for yourself and for the world you live for. Good luck and congratulations, class 2018. Mabruk. You're just starting.